two-time Grammy, and three-time Country Music Award winner, Leanne Rhymes, in the performance of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what's proudly we hailed how the twilight's gleaming, who brought strife and bright stars through the perilous night. Oh, the brave country were so gallantly streaming, and the galleons
Good evening, race fans, and welcome back for week number 2 of the United Dirt Sim Series Limited 305. It's coming to you live from the virtual Fairbury American Legion Speedway, right over in Illinois. This is a fairly interesting track, quarter-mile, progressive banking through the corners, and even a slight uphill if you want to run right around the inside up against the tractor tires. It does tend to be one of the more difficult drivers' tracks, and let's see, we're just getting ready to conclude hot laps and move into qualifying time trials, and right now, Caleb Harmon is sitting atop the leaderboard from practice with an 11.821. Billy, you have any insight from a driver's perspective about getting around this track when it comes time to really make it count here in qualifying and heat races?
Yeah, as you know, this is my kind of track. You're going to have to put it up against the wall and let it eat pretty much, you know. Hit the high side, it's the fastest place here. It's always the fastest. Every now and then, if you can get a car set up, but this is a fixed series, so it's going to be hard in these cars to be able to get the bottom or the middle to work in, but you'll see some guys doing it that just don't feel comfortable up there, but I think if you want to win tonight, you're going to have to be against the wall.
Yeah, that definitely tends to be the case at this track. The progressive banking, especially where it really gets into some significant banking right up against the fence, lends to a lot better lap times. It's a smoother way around the track, but it does come with a risk. The wall in the fence here at Fairbury is not forgiving at all. All it takes is getting that right rear up against the center blocks, and you're upside down before you can do much about it. Just kind of the nature of the track, at least in my experience.
Yeah, it's kind of unique how the walls are here. They're shaped real nice and oval in the corners, and then the front stretch is just boom, goes to a flat, straight wall that you it'll come out and bite you, especially coming out of 4. 4, I think, is the worst one. 2 can play a little havoc, but you kind of get a little loose coming out of 2. I don't know why that is, but 2 seems a little bit loose, and then 4, you know, there's that pit opening, so I think it kind of tricks you thinking you got more room when you actually don't.
Yeah, it does kind of seem that way. It's kind of like the entry to 3 because you have the pit exit right there. It seems like it's easier to drive down into 3 and end up stuffing the car right in the fence without intending to. It definitely plays little mind games with you as you're making your way around the track.
Yeah, for sure. It's a tricky one. It's a technical track. It's going to be a racer's track for sure. So we'll see who's got the skills to come out and run real good here tonight. I think you'll see a little bit different named guys on the board tonight than you normally do, just because they can run They can run that line up top a little bit better. They can finesse it a little bit. You can't be wide open always either. You got to pedal it, use brakes a little bit. We'll see who's got the skills tonight. Trace Olson's quick time right now. Chris Jones, our Aussie friend, he's second, so he's looking pretty good tonight. He hasn't been up in the top for a while either.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to see him making it up there. And Anthony Goyette, who sponsored our 360 series, he's sitting third right now. The big surprise that I'm seeing is Eric Wilkie, who is all the way down toward the bottom of the list, currently sitting 25 on the list, as we've still got a few guys set to qualify, I do believe.
Yeah, I'd say Wilkie probably hit the wall on his first lap and just wanted to put a safe one in there. That's the problem with here, too, is running against the wall is the fastest place, so it's who can get the closest without touching it, because if you get a 0x, any kind of contact or anything, your qualifying lap does not count, so I would imagine he probably hit the wall there, and that's why he's got such a bad lap, because he just wanted to throw a lap down.
That is quite possible, and it does not take much here. Through the night, you'll see quite a few guys throwing sparks off the chain link right above that wall, because the wings will be right up against the chain link, and it's quite the light show when you get to the feature and you see a whole line go around the top side.
Yeah, the nice thing here, though, is this is one of the few tracks that I don't know if iRacing put it in this way, but you can actually hit the wall a little bit and still keep going and not hurt the car, and you can kind of bounce off of it somewhat and not ruin your whole night with just one hit.
Depending on where you hit it, it can be a little bit forgiving. It will kind of bounce off. If iRacing can ever figure out that a tire, when it touches the wall, generally doesn't climb instantly.
There's a few tracks. I know Eldora, you hit that wall just too much, it's done for. There ain't nothing left of it. But
yep, Eldora is real bad about that. It seems to be a little bit tied to the overall wheel speed, at least in my experience. You can climb that wall on some of these little quarter miles and kind of bring the car back from it, but you get on the big half miles with a lot of speed, it just snaps the rear end instantly.
Yeah, Lima Land's another good example of that. It's another place where you could bounce against the wall a little bit and keep going, and it doesn't really hurt anything at all.
Yep.
So it looks like everybody took a lap now. Trace Olson should be your pole sitter. Everybody else in the field is over I rating, so they will not get to run. They are all out of here now. So Trace Olson on the pole, Chris Jones second, Nathan Goyette third, Caleb Harmon fourth, and Hunter Pruitt fifth. I don't know if Hunter's ran with us before or not, but I think he might have been here last week. But I think he is one of the newcomers to our league. Billy Bowerman will be sixth, Dustin Sargent seventh, Carl Deitch eighth, Aaron Gerwitz ninth, and Travis Beertzer rounding out your top 10.
Nice seeing Billy Bowerman make it up there into that top 10. That's going to give him a pretty good starting spot, and most likely our first or second heat race, depending on how many heat races that iRacing has us run this evening.
Yeah, we only had 27 cars take time. Looks like we're going to have 11 in the first heat, so maybe 3 heats, I think.
Yep, probably what we're going to be looking at.
Look at your starting grid here for heat number 1. All on the pole will be the number 9 car, Travis Beertzer. Outside him will be the 77 to Dustin Sargent. Row 2, you'll see Caleb Harmon and Trace Olson. Row 3, you're going to have Andrew the Wrecking Ball Hansen, and on the outside him, you're going to have Brennan Weeks. Row 4 will be Tony Gamble and Cale Hebolt, who knows? I'll butcher it. And row 5, all by himself, will be Steven Muller, as the next 2 cars are over iRating. Like I said, they did not make the field, but iRacing still shows them in there because they did join practice session. So everything happens pretty quick here at Fairbury. It's a real small track. They pace around real fast. They're going to get the one to go here one more time, and then they'll get the green flag, 10 laps.
Gotta say, this will be a pretty exciting heat race. You've got 3 drivers that I'm very familiar with in that top 4.
Yeah,
Trace Olson tends to put on a pretty good show when he has to start back in the field.
It's a pretty big, some fairly big names in here that we usually have. Dustin Sargent, he's been fast in everything here lately with us. He's definitely picked up the speed a lot.
Green flag, green flag.
Richard's going to get a good start there, though. He's going to pull away from Sargent a little bit. Caleb Harmon's going to try to look at the inside, can't make it work, and Olson's going to go around Harmon on the outside as well. Already you see the outside line getting that better run. Oh, and Harmon's going to throw a bad slider there. He's going to get into Olson. They keep going straight. No harm, no foul, other than some spots lost. I'm sure Olson won't be too happy with that one, though.
Looks like he's going to battle back now around the outside, working up, closing on the back bumper of Caleb Harmon.
Yeah, the biggest gainer of that one was...
and Trace Olson backward, upside down.
Yeah.
That's gonna end
And
your heat
Brennan
race.
Weeks just mentioned him. He's going to hit the wall coming out of 4. He's going to knock him out to 4th. So out of Harmon in the 3rd is your 2 front runners, Travis Beardser and Dustin Sargent, kind of checked away here. Sargent's looking pretty racy though, trying to get around Travis, gets a little loose coming out of 4. Yeah, tough break for Andrew Holson and Andrew Hansen and Trace Olson there. They're both out of the race here. They're going to have to find themselves into a B main tonight. Should only be 3 cars going home tonight though, I think, Turner.
Yeah, it should be pretty minimal.
Tony Gamble partner put a fight on for that final transfer spot here out of the heat race, so he gets a little loose coming out of 4 as well. Not going to get it done. They got 4 laps to go. And as we missed it, Dustin Sargent, your new leader, but Travis Beardser into the wall in the backstretch. He's going to drop all the way back to 4th place now.
He did manage to gather it up there at the very end, but I'm sure that car isn't feeling too friendly after riding the wall that far.
Yeah, you know, he's got his wing all the way back. I don't know if he's just not feeling it right or what, but usually in these, you want him forward. The car might feel a little loose, but that's going to make it really, really tight in the center, and that could be struggling him quite a bit right now. I say that, and he starts to slide it forward again. Maybe he's watching the broadcast. Final lap here for Dustin Sargent. He's got a comfortable lead over Caleb Harmon. Sargent, checker flag waves. He will get the win. So give the win to Sargent. 2nd, Caleb Harmon. 3rd, Brennan Weeks. And Travis Beardser will hold on for the final 4th spot to transfer into tonight's A main. Tony Gamble will be your first man looking out in the B. At least he'll get the pole position to start with. So right into Heat 2 already. Starting on the pole, you're going to have Austin Stern in the 000 car. On the outside of him, you're going to have Carl Deitch. Row number 2, you'll see Hunter Pruitt and Chris Jones. Row 3 will be Dave Ward and Anthony Reisner. Row number 4, you're going to have David Hillian and Johnny Collier. Row number 5, all by himself, will be Eric Wilkie in the 13 car. I believe he was last week's winner in this, was he not?
Yeah, Eric actually picked up the win at Eldora. Pretty impressive drive from him. Should be interesting to watch him try to work his way through the field, as well as David Hillian if he ends up making the call for this race. Currently, he has not gridded up.
Yeah, neither has Anthony Reisner. I know Wilkie, and they both did not make it, so yeah. I know Wilkie said that was his first league win he's ever had, so congrats to him on finally getting a league win here on iRacing. I don't think he's been on here real long, but we're glad to have him in here for sure. So it looks like only 7 cars going to take to the grid here. A couple of them did not grid up.
But without a doubt, I'm keeping my eye on that back row. This should be pretty exciting to see what Wilkie can do on a little track like this.
Yeah, don't forget these front 2 row guys. Austin are no slouches. They've been on iRacing quite a while. They run every single night. So I expect those 2 kind of run away here. We'll see what Chris Jones has. As we said, he was real fast qualifying tonight.
Green flag, green flag.
Stern gets a great jump. Gonna go immediately to the high side. Carl Deitch is gonna follow. Oh, and Stern got a little loose there. I don't know if Carl had any time to check up. Gets in the back on him. That's gonna hurt Stern. Stern's gonna fall all the way back to 5th. 3 wide coming out of 4 though. Looking pretty good for Carl Deitch. He's gonna get the run now. Chris Jones running that bottom line. Here comes Eric Wilkie, like he said, on the high side. Deitch gets into the wall as well, as you can see there. Wilkie running the bottom below Deitch. Or Jones, sorry. Pruitt's not holding back yet. He's coming for Deitch. He says, I got something for you. Everybody's kind of single file right now.
Yeah, without a doubt, these early heat races are showing us exactly what we expected. A string of cars around the top side of the track, and most of the passing is going to be related to mistakes. And as I mentioned that, Wilkie seemed to get into the wall a little bit through 3 and 4, and that's going to
Wilkie
put him in a dangerous position back around Austin Stern.
Stone must have a target on his car tonight, because Wilkie got in the wall there on a tough luck and then just caught the front end of Stern and knocked Stern a little sideways there. But now Stern's going to catch the wall himself. A lot of guys, and Stern's going to go upside down. He does save it, gets back going again. He will stay going, but that will pretty much end his chances of transferring tonight. That moves Dave Ward into the first man looking out in 5th. Eric Wilkie still 4th. Got a battle for the lead here a little bit. Hunter Pruitt's going to throw a slider on Carl Deitch. Deitch is going to cross underneath of him. They're side by side coming down the backstretch. Now Chris Jones is going to throw his hat in. We're 3 wide coming out of 4. Carl Deitch is going to hit the wall though. Give the lead to Pruitt. Deitch is going to fall 2 spots back. They have 2 laps to go. Wilkie's starting to sniff on him here a little bit now as well. Hunter Pruitt showing a comfortable lead as the white flag waves. Deach starting to reel back in. Chris Jones for that second spot. Is he going to have anything for him here? It looks like he's just going to ride. Oh, Jones gets a little loose coming out of 4 though. And I think Wilkie is going to get third. Let's see what the running order is. Pruitt, your winner. Chris Jones second. Eric Wilkie third. And Carl Deach fourth. So Wilkie did get it with that little mishap there for Chris Jones. Deach getting into the back of him. A lot of bumping and banging in heat number 2 here tonight. So this should be our final heat race tonight. Is that correct, Darren?
Yes, let me double check real quick.
All right, well, we got heat number 3 here. Starting on the pole, you're going to have Steven Vogelsong. On the outside of him, you're going to have Aaron Gerwitz. Row number 2 will be Billy Bowerman and Anthony Goyette. Row 3, you'll see the 21 of Joe Dowd. On the outside of him, you're going to have Jonte Goss. Row number 4 will be Coulter West and Bradley Hunt. Row 5, we'll see Greg Ezart and Joel Muller. Muller was over I-80, so he will not be here. Greg will be all by himself. So 9 cars, all 9 are going to grid up. So I think this will be the biggest field we've actually had on track tonight.
And we have confirmed this will be our 3rd and final heat race before we move over to the B main.
All right. So top 4 will make it. That'll give us 12 locked into the A, and then we should have 12 coming out of the B as well. So I think only 3 cars are going to go home tonight. We did at 27, so yeah, 3 cars should be going home. Be a tough break for those 3 guys, but I think if you're in that B main, you just ride because I'm sure 3 guys will crash. Steven Vogelsong will bring him down here for the green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
Gets a good jump. Immediately moves to the high side. Anthony Goyette looking all over that Buffalo Wild Wings 09 of Aaron Gerwitz. Oh, Gerwitz gets a little loose, gets it to Bowerman. Anthony Goyette with the biggest fallback. We got another one in the wall coming out of 4.
It looked like that was Jonte Goss that got a little crossed up, ate a little bit of the fence in 3 and 4.
Yeah, big battle in the back here as these guys are all over the place. Oh, and the side-by-side lead there. Gerwitz and Vogelsong get together coming down the front stretch. I don't know if Vogelsong knew he was there. Now Vogelsong's going to give a little love tap to Bowerman. Bowerman's still running in 3rd, Goyette 4th. Goyette's going to get a little look from Dowd, but not enough to make anything happen. Now Billy Bowerman, look at him railing a high side. He's looking all over Vogelsong. He's going to throw a slide job in 3. Can he make it stick? He does. Oh, he gets a little loose, though. Tough break for Bowerman. Bowerman running into his buddy Anthony Goyette. They've been beating all over each other all night. Move Goyette into 3rd. Bowerman 4th. Bowerman's in the wall again. He sure does like the wall tonight. Aaron Gerwitz has checked out on the field, though. We got 5 laps to go. They're coming down 4 to go now. Bowerman's looking all over Goyette again. These 2 are locked into the main. Let's see if they can keep it in, though. Bowerman is just wanting to get by Goyette. He knows he's slowing him up, but he doesn't want to make any more mistakes on the night.
Looks like Joe Dowd is going to touch the fence and slide down the track. That's going to give Coulter West 5th. And a little bit of breathing room now for Bowerman, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him back off a little bit to make sure he doesn't get into Goyette and put them both out.
Yeah, he's not quite running so hard. It looked like Vogelsong was closing in on Gerwitz, but Gerwitz is starting to pull back away again now as he sees the white flag here. 1 more lap to go, heat number 3. Lap traffic up ahead, but should not be a factor. Vogelsong's going to try to throw a slider, and oh, almost took each other out. Checker flag waves, though. Eric Gerwitz will get the win. Steven Vogelsong 2nd, Anthony Goyette 3rd, and Billy Bowerman rounding out your top 4, transferring to tonight's A main. I thought we were going to have a big old pileup coming out of 4 for the win.
Yeah, you can't blame a guy for trying, but some of the time the smart move is to just go ahead and hang on to the position you have.
Yeah, they were racing real hard for that final spot. And you figure it's only 3 spots tonight, unlike normal where it's 5, so you're not really losing out on a whole lot. So that'll bring us to tonight's B main, 12 laps of distance. Starting on the pole, you're going to have Tony Gamble on the inside. Outside of him, you're going to have Dave Ward. Row number 2 will be Coulter West and Stephen Muller. Row 3 will be Johnny Collier and Joe Dowd. Row number 4 will see Cale Heelbert and Austin Stern. Row number 5 will be Jonte Goss and Trace Olson. Row 6 will be Anthony Reisner and Greg Ezard. Row number 7, you'll see Andrew Anson and David Hillian. Row number 8 will be Bradley Hunt. And I think that's it. That'll be all of them, top 15. So 12 will make it. We had 2 not grid up. So that'll send 1 driver home tonight. 1 guy. I'm sure they do not want to be that 1 guy. Tell you one thing though, Dave on the outside, I bet he's shaking in his pants right now. That guy's been so scared of the wall this week that he wants nothing to do with being out there. I would expect him to get to the bottom as fast as he possibly can.
Yeah, running the top side here is definitely a a measure of the kind of guts you can carry into the corner, because you have to go in hard to stay up there, but at the same time you overdo it and you're in the fence bad.
Yeah, I would say it's either amount of guts or pure stupidity, because you kind of have to have no brains to run up there and not mess up. And we got a whole bunch of big pile up back here. Dave Ward's bouncing off of him. He's still trying to keep going. Him and Wilkie are tangled up together. Ward's going to fall all the way back to last place after second. Let's move back up to the field. It looks like Tony Gamble's got the lead. Coulter West second, Steve Moeller third. Yellow flag will wave here. Not sure who that was on him. Looks like it might be Joe Dowd, as he is the last car on the field. Dave's car looks like it's not driving real well. Let's see if he's going to come in and get a quick repair. Do these guys still have a fast repair in this league, Darren?
It was completely dropped.
Okay.
So
yeah, no fast repairs. We did go back to 40 lap features, correct? And yes, admin caution. So.
Yep. Part of the updates to the rules, trying to bring the racing more in line with being as realistic as possible, and also kind of slow down some of the aggressive driving.
Yeah, we had quite a bit of yellows last week. We're trying to get rid of that, so hopefully this will be a little bit better. It is Fairbury too, and iRacing likes to throw yellows for anything they can find. You fart the wrong way and they'll throw a yellow flag out, but here we go. We're going to try to get these guys doubled up here real quick. Like we said, it happens real fast at Fairbury. Tony Gamble, your leader. Coulter West on the outside of him. Austin Stern looking to go, and the front row said, we're not ready yet. Had to whoa it up there a little bit. Eric Wilkie looking on the high side back there at 4th, 5th. See if he can make anything happen. There's a couple guys around the bottom. Whoa, somebody gets a big old right rear fed to them. Not sure who that was, but that's going to be a tough break for him. Remember, you just can't be the last place guy. I believe that was Jonte Goss. It is. He is still stuck up there on the outside.
Tough break for Jonte Goss. It's going to put him a lap down before he can get restarted. So
yeah, that
at least at this time, he's hoping for mistakes, guys. But looking at Johnny Collier in that 144, he is now dog tracking around the track a little bit. So
yeah, that car is not driving straight. That's going to be an interesting one to see here when he does go back to green. That one hit the wall a little too hard. So
yeah. I
yeah,
think there might be a radius rod or two that's bent on that one right now.
yeah, we've only got 4 laps to go. Looks like somebody's coming in the pits back there. Looks like Cale Hilbert. Hilbert just exited off. So that might be your first guy who does not make it tonight. So we'll see here. Pace truck's gonna come in, double file, restart again. This will be the last one. Yeah, Johnny. Let's watch Johnny Collier. I'd like to see how this restart goes, because this one's gonna be interesting with a dog track like that.
Green, green, green.
Coulter West with a huge jump. Andrew Hansen bouncing off the wall up there. Oh, and the 24 car. Tony Gamble, he gets loose coming out of the corner, gets an Austin Stern. Stern's got a magnet on that car tonight or something. That guy's been hit more times than anybody. And there he is again, gets tagged again. Holy moly. These guys are beating and banging last lap. Final lap's out. Your top 12's already set. Coulter West going to take the win. Stephen Moeller second. Trace Olson third. Tony Gamble fourth. And how about it? Johnny Collier with the messed up car going to bring it home in 5th.
Impressive drive from him also. He actually managed to stay out of the way of everybody. Avoided several accidents with the car driving like that. I almost think they shouldn't repair it. Just push him off. He might go to the front tonight.
Yeah, you know, he didn't do too bad with it like that. They're running it. He just went down to the bottom and just kind of ran away from everybody else. And he made it work. You see the mad dash of cars going out for warm-ups here. Holy cow. Who've made the beehive mad. And one of them's already hit the tire and flipping in turn 1. Didn't even make it around the corner yet. So they get about 2 minutes of practice here, a little bit less, but we'll see what everybody's got. There's a yard sale in turn 2 if anybody's looking for some spare parts. I do believe they use XXX chassis in this game, so they're probably all junk anyways. Dustin Sargent's your fastest, Austin Stern's second, so Austin's definitely got a car. He just needs to get through traffic.
Yeah, I think Austin Stern may have just been trying to get all the incident points out of the way before the A main because he's definitely got a fast car sitting 5th right now.
Yeah, everybody's trying to get a clean lap in here. That's the big thing. Oh, and Steven Vogelsong. That was weird. Did you watch that at all, Darren? He like he hit an imaginary car out there on the track. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Huh. I did not catch that. Right now, fastest car in on the speedway is Chris Jones with a 12.185, 2/10 faster than second place.
Tell you what, the wild Australian, man, he's on it. He's been fast all season. This second season, he came in real strong last season. He's been working real hard. Glad to see he woke up in time to make their night's race. We did have to send him a reminder last week. Hey, wake up! It's time to race. So good to see he was able to make it tonight. I think it's like 9 o'clock in the morning or something in Australia. So good to see he was able to make it here in time to race with us tonight.
Yeah, I'd really like to see him have a good night out here. He's never had great luck, to be honest. Seems to just kind of end up in the wrong place at the wrong time and get tangled in a lot of accidents. Most of them not his fault.
Yeah, he seems to get in a lot of trouble about the last half of the race. Doesn't usually seem to work out too well for him, but that'll end warm-up session. Hunter Pruitt was your fastest. He did get up there right at the very end with a 12.106. So we will get your starting lineup here for tonight's A main. On the pole, you're going to see the number 77 car of Dustin Sargent. Outside of him, you're going to see your fastest in warm-ups, Hunter Pruitt in the 82. Row number 2 will be Aaron Gerwitz and Caleb Harmon on the outside. Row 3, you'll see the Australian, we talked about him, Chris Jones, and Steven Vogelsong on the outside of him. Row 4, we'll see Brennan Weeks and Eric Wilkie. Row number 5 will be Anthony Goyette and Travis Beerzer. Row 6, you're going to have Carl Deitch and Billy Bowerman. Row 7 will be Coulter West and Stephen Moeller. Row 8 will be Trace Olson in the 1 car and Tony Gamble outside of him. Row number 9, you're going to have Johnny Collier and Bradley Hunt. Row 10 will see Andrew the Wrecking Ball Hansen and Greg Izard. And row number 11, you're going to have Austin Stern and Dave Ward Jr. And rounding out tonight's field will be Joe Dowd in the 21 car, and on the side of him, you're going to have Jonte Goss in the 777. So 40 laps here tonight. A lot of time. Going to need some patience. We'll see if they have it. I don't know who will be the fastest tonight. I think you're going to have some guys here back in the field that might have a shot at this. Like we said, you got to stay out of trouble here and just make the 40 laps first. Pace car ducks in already. They're double file, bringing them to the green. Justin Sargent with the decent jump. Oh, he did not quite have enough room there. Hunter Pruitt was still on the outside. Pruitt's going to try to slide underneath, get a run down the backstretch. We got 3, 4, 5 of them spinning on the backstretch. That'll bring the yellow flag out. Looked like Billy Bowerman, I know, was involved in that. And there's another one flipping back there. Looks like Beerzer, Travis Beerzer, yeah, he's upside down. Tough break for Beerzer. That's going to pretty much end his night tonight.
Yeah, currently counting at least 4 cars now that are several laps down. So quite a few guys getting tangled in an early accident. And like you said, first thing you have to do at this track is make 40 laps.
Yeah, I'm only showing 1 lap now. I don't know if our scoring's opposite, but Travis is the only one I'm showing currently a lap down.
Yeah, it looks like it's slowly correcting itself as field's starting to line up behind the pace truck.
Yeah, so Dustin Sargent will still be your leader. They're going to get 1 to green. They already got it. So, yeah, pace truck's going to duck in here. We're going back to green right away. Dustin Sargent's on the pole, 100 Pruitt on the outside. See if Sargent can get a little bit better jump here. Not the one he wanted there in that last start.
Green, green, green.
Good start.
Hunter Pruitt.
Front row.
Yeah, Pruitt had a little bit of an edge there. So, Hunter Pruitt, give him the lead, and the yellow will come out again. Not sure what that was for. I didn't see. cause of an accident. Maybe they did not like the start. I'm not sure. Looks like Carl Deesh has got some damage. Tough break for him. He's going to pull into the infield. And not sure where he's going. So Hunter Pruitt did get the lead there. Had it just enough to be able to get it. Dustin Sargent second, Caleb Harmon third, Stephen Vogelsong is in fourth. Brennan Weeks rounding out your top 5.
I have to say that was a very impressive start from Hunter Pruitt, as he was up in the slick and actually managed to get the motor spun up real fast and drive right around the outside of Dustin Sargent, who had a lot of track to his inside. He just didn't really capitalize on it.
Yeah, sometimes that kind of works a little bit better here. What I'll do sometimes is in East 305, especially the fix, I'll put it in the slick just so the wheels do start spinning, because these things have such a horrible gear in them, you can never get them wound up.
Green
Pruitt's going to bunch Sargent up on the outside there, said, hey, I want that spot. Pruitt's going to slide up. Oh, Dustin Sargent trying to look on the outside, can't make it work. He goes flipping, keeps it on all 4 wheels. The yellow will come out again. So yellow flag waves. Sargent going to fall all the way back to 9th spot. They are quick draw on the yellows tonight, are they not? Wow. That will bring us to single file, though, I believe. Correct, Darren?
Yeah, that will now bring us to single file restarts.
Maybe they ought to let us get some green flag laps in here for sure. There's Caleb Harmon all the way up in his 2nd place.
Working the flag stand tonight is Tyler Street.
Tell Street put the flag away.
So big thanks to Tyler Street for taking care of the flag waving duties tonight.
So they are single file here. Pace truck's gonna dive in on the back stretch. Hunter Pruitt again will lead them down here to the green flag. And as my computer decides it wants to skip out there for a second, but we are back. Got Brennan Weeks there throwing a big old slide job, trying to see if he can make something happen. Oh, Vogelsong gets way loose. He gets into Weeks. Eric Wilkie going to look around the outside, all the way on the back side of Vogelsong, as Caleb Harmon throws a big slider on Pruitt in 1. Can't make it stick. Pruitt crosses back underneath. Caleb Harmon's going to lose 2 spots. Not quite. Vogelsong going to put a big old crossover on Harmon as he tries to slide up. They're swiping back and forth. Give 2nd to Vogelsong. Harmon 3rd. Eric Wilkie 4th. Chris Jones up in the... He moves into 4th now, so Jones trying to fight his way back up. Oh, Jones and Wilkie get side by side together there. Now Jones gets sideways. Jones upside down. As you mentioned before, just always tough break right there.
Yellow.
And Vogelsong's car again just hit an imaginary car in the middle of the corner. I don't know why his car keeps doing that. I've only noticed it with his car as well, so that's kind of an odd one.
Well, I actually saw Wilkie got to bouncing pretty horribly on his run through 1 and 2 right before Chris Jones ended up getting turned around. I believe it was the lap before. But I tell you what, with Chris Jones, if it weren't for bad luck, I'm not sure if he would have any.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little loose there, and Wilkie just had nowhere to go. Once you're both running that high line like that, if you get loose, you're pretty much in trouble, because there's no way you can not run that guy over.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about a track like Fairbury. It does tend to go single file pretty early, and all it takes is a tiny mistake, and you'll be run over, and there's nothing that can be done about it.
Yeah, the bottom looks really good here right now. If these guys had a gearing in it, I think they could get down here and run it, but
Green.
iRacing does not like to put gears in these cars, so that's kind of what we're left with. Hunter Pruitt again with a good start here. Vogelsong 2nd. Oh, Wilkie's now in the wall. That's going to be mayhem, because he turned right in front of the field. See if he keeps it going. He does. No harm, no foul. We stay green. 3-way battle up front between Pruitt, Vogelsong, and Harmon. Vogelsong all over the back bumper of Pruitt. Harmon now running that bottom like we said. I think there's something there. He's close, just can't quite get it to work yet. Not enough there. He was a little too high. Pruitt got way loose. Let Vogelsong reel back in again. Harmon looks really good in 3 and 4 on the bottom. Throw a blanket over the top 3. Harmon's going to slide all the way up, make it happen. Oh, Pruitt and Vogelsong touch. Give the lead now to... Wow. Pruitt still holds on to the lead. What a drive coming out of the corner there. Pruitt's going to get in the wall, though. That's not good. Give the lead to Harmon now.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Yellow flag will fly. Looks like Dave Ward was in the infield there. It looks like he might have hit the tire, possibly. So we'll get a rundown here real quick. Caleb Harmon is on the pole, or is your leader. Hunter Pruitt second, Brennan Weeks third, Coulter West fourth, Stephen Vogelsong fifth, Aaron Gerwitz sixth, Anthony Goyette seventh, Trey Olson eighth, Eric Wilkie ninth, Austin Stern 10th. Is your top 10 here. Got 16 laps to go. We go green. We should have about 13 or so laps remaining. It looks like we've got 3 cars out of the race. 3 cars multiple laps down, but still 18 cars on the lead lap tonight. I think Harmon now, he might be able to set sail now that he's got the lead. He's always tough. Vogelsong's been looking pretty strong though, just not able to get by Pruitt. Pace truck's going to duck in. Start will be on Harmon here once they get to the orange stripe in the middle of 3 and 4.
Green, green, green.
Harmon with the big lead there.
Brennan Weeks now up to second, but looks like he may have passed on the inside before the flag stand, so quite possible he'll be dealing with a black flag.
Yeah, I didn't see that there, but I do know he ran the bottom side. It's not going to work for him there as Pruitt's going to run around on the outside. Oh, and Brennan Weeks gets way loose, so he's going to lose all them spots anyways. Caleb Harmon has checked out right now. He's kind of running that middle no man's land there. Pruitt's gaining on him. Oh, look at this. Pruitt's going to have a huge run going into 3. Harmon runs the bottom again. Pruitt up top. I think Pruitt's going to have what it takes here. Harmon keeps running the bottom. Harmon now goes up top to protect. Smart move there. Lap car starting to get in the way. Oh, we've got Coulter West and Stephen Vogelsong crashing in the back behind him.
Yellow flag is out.
Yellow will fly.
Vogelsong was able to gather the car back up.
Coulter West was not, as I watch him fall back down through the field. Oh, and West is upside down coming out of 2. That's going to end West's night. Oh, wow, we got guys wrecking in turn 2 under yellow. Not sure that was about. This is kind of like the Bristol of NASCAR. I'm sure tempers are really flaring if we could listen in. I'm sure there's a lot going on. Needless to say, race review after the race will probably be pretty full.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably going to be the case. Then again, a lot of these guys do realize this is a tight little bull ring, and in many cases, shit happens.
Yeah, we kind of knew this going in. Everybody does, for the most part. Give a little more give or take here, and we can get some cleaner racing in. And
Green,
we got
green, green.
6 laps to go as they cross the line here. Caleb Harmon with a good start again. Hunter Pruitt in second. Let's see if Hunter can get it done. He's looking real good on the outside. And they will wave the yellow again. Looks like we had some wrecking before we even got across the line.
Yeah, we actually had quite a few cars that were still kind of out of position back through the field. One of the risks of being on a small little track like this, you don't have a whole lot of time under caution to get yourself sorted out. So
Definitely not.
I do have to say, looks like Austin Stern is all the way up to 7th. Bowerman is sitting 6th right now.
Yeah, Eric Wilkie, you know, he's clawed his way back up to 3rd. I think he's fallen back about twice now. So he's clawed his way back up here, looking pretty tough.
I think the real challenge is going to be in this most likely. It's going to be a 3-lap challenge.
Yeah, 1 to green here, so not a green-white checkered yet, but 3 laps to go. Let's see if we can finish this one out here on this stint. Caleb Harmon, again, your leader, will get the fire off.
Green flag, green flag.
Gets another good start. Hunter Pruitt's going to move to the high side. See if he can get the run here on Harmon. He does again, coming out of 2. They're all sideways back behind him. Harmon's going to have to protect that top, otherwise he's going to see a mirror full of Pruitt right here. Last lap, final lap. Hunter Pruitt to the bottom. Caleb Harmon tried to go down into him. We got 3 of them coming out of 4. Eric quickly drives through him too, gives the lead to Hunter Pruitt with the win. Wilkie second, Harmon going to fall all the way back to third. I'm sure Harmon's not going to be happy about that one as they were beating and banging all over the place, but I don't know if Wilkie or Harmon knew Pruitt was there coming down the backstretch. They kind of turned into each other. We got landmines on the backstretch here. So Hunter Pruitt with the win. He is not happy with, or Harmon is not happy with Pruitt, but I don't know that there was much either of them could do there, really. And they're going to tell each other how they think about us.
Gotta say, this could be an interesting interview getting these two in here together.
Yeah, I think you're right. Hunter Pruitt's not in Discord, but Halo Harmon is, so I do see Harmon up here. Let's pull Caleb Harmon up now. We'll get him for an interview. Your third place winner, or third place finisher tonight, Caleb Harmon. Caleb, tough break there coming to the end. You guys were side by side going on the backstretch. From our view, it looked like you guys kind of just leaned into each other, and then you just got the short end of it all from the rest of them. But sure, that's not the finish you wanted. Tough break for sure. But you got a third place here at a tough track like Fairbury. It's not, could have been worse, I guess you could say.
Oh, definitely not. You know, it just led a lot of laps. This is one of my favorite tracks, actually. I never even ran here till we ran here in the league last season, and you know, I got a liking for it, and we got out to the lead. I felt fantastic. Like we had the car to come out here and win tonight, and I did make a little mistake out of 2, but 82 didn't really leave me a lot of room going into 3 and 4, and I kind of just got followed up, and I don't even know how I made it to the finish line, honestly.
Yeah, I thought all 3 of you were going to wad it up there in that opening in turn 4, but you guys all kind of held it together. Like I said, it's kind of hard to figure out what was going on there in the backstretch. So you guys are next to each other, and you did. I think a lot of it was you didn't want to give an inch, is what it seemed like, and then it's just the way Fairbury is. We call it the Bristol of dirt track racing. But again, you got a third place, not too bad. That'll help your season out here. And anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, a bunch of people. I got to thank the whole team at BLC Sim Sports. You know, Aaron Gerwitz, I know he had a tough break tonight, but Aaron, Byron McDonald, Timothy Brantley, David Diller, Jason Crackey, Ohio Psych Works, Texas Roadhouse, and that's about it.
All right, Caleb. Congrats again on third place. No, it's not what you wanted, but at least you were in the A and not in the infield watching.
Yep, thank you.
That's Caleb Harmon, and your second place finisher tonight is Eric Wilkie. Eric, first and a second, your first 2 races out. That's not too bad, bud.
No, it's not too bad. I was pretty surprised tonight. I don't have very many laps on this track, nor do I think I'm very good, but just all worked out, I guess.
Yeah, you kind of just got to stay out of trouble here, you know, and you found a little bit of trouble early on. I think you fell back to the back like twice or something, and then still managed to claw your way back up to the front. It looked pretty good. You did have a very good qualifying run, though. What happened there?
No, I got in the wall in qualifying and then flipped, and so then I just got 1 lap, and then I kind of screwed up on that lap too. But the heat race, we were lucky enough to go 9th to 3rd, so that all worked out.
Yeah, you can. It's easy to come back from that when you're able to do that. It's not that bad, but congrats again on a second place finish. You didn't look too bad. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight, bud?
Yeah, thank you. I just want to thank my crew chief, Austin Summelman, again, and then my sponsors, Wilkie's Auto Service and Handmade Motorsports.
All right, well, good job again. A first and a second. See if you can get a top podium again next week.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Eric Wilkie, your second place finisher, and we'll pull up your winner here, Hunter Pruitt. Hunter picked up the win here tonight. Might have ruffled some feathers there at the end, but you got the job done. Hunter, buddy, you got a copy on us?
Yep.
Hunter got the win tonight. Got it there at the last corner of the last lap. How you feel, bud?
Good. I kind of got a little bit ruffled up there a couple times.
Yeah, Fairbury is one of them places where that'll happen. You'll get beaten and banging and whatnot, but you were able to be the last man standing, so to say, and you got it done here tonight.
Yep.
Anybody you'd like to thank, Hunter?
My parents, Woody Race Cars, HTP Performance, Alpha One Vinyls.
All right, well, congrats again, Hunter, on your win tonight, and we'll
Thank you.
hopefully see you again next week, bud. Well, Darren, interesting first night to say the least. Probably what we expected from Fairbury, but we got the 360 Fix Series here after that, and hopefully we'll see a little bit of better racing in that class.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see what the 360s are going to bring us. In my opinion, when the power goes up at a track like this, it actually gets a little bit easier to drive the cars.
Yeah, iRacing's fixed setups aren't the best, especially in the 305. You know, like we said, they don't have the gear, so hopefully they'll be able to be a bottom and a top here later on tonight, I think.
Yeah, hopefully so. Well, that'll conclude things here for about half an hour. We'll be back here in just a little bit with the Go Yet Trucking 360 Spec Series. Same track at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern.
All right, we'll see you guys then.